he was basically 2 weeks late, and the doctor allowed that because he knew I felt very strongly about wanting to have this baby naturally. However, it came to the point where I needed to have the baby. He was healthy, everything was fine, so they checked me into the hospital. They started me on Pitocin that morning, and I continued on Pitocin for pretty much the entire day with no effect. Probably about mid-afternoon, they increased my Pitocin, and then I started to really feel the contractions. I started to dilate, the baby started to move, and I could feel that it was getting closer to the time. Unfortunately, I was in labor for 22 hours. I had 3.5 hours of very, very hard pushing. He was really big. And we didn't know how big at the time, but what ended up happening was I tore all the way through, and my son was 9 pounds 8 ounces when he was born. So basically what happened was he was just too big for my pelvic area. In retrospect, I felt like it would have been a good idea had I had a neutral third party there, like a doula, somebody to sort of represent me in a more calm light, where they could say, hey, doctor, she's not progressing, she's not dilating any further, the baby's just sitting in there, nothing's happening, let's consider a C-section. I would have been the perfect candidate for a C-section. What helped me during that process, honestly, it was my maternal drive that helped me. I don't think that any amount of food or pain medication could have really sort of helped alleviate the pain I was feeling, or just sort of the overwhelming sense of, I can't let my son down. I have to get to him because he's crying, he needs his mother, and I need to feed him. And if somebody had said, like, hey, I think time out, like this is not progressing the way we want it to, it was obvious that my son was way too big, that it wouldn't have resulted in such a traumatic delivery and post-delivery case for me. But, that said, like, I think that I would totally do it again, it was totally worth it, totally worth it.